Evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Tonight, we're live at Newell Stadium in Gloucester where the Fishermen take on the Vikings from Winthrop in high school football varsity football action. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Higher Clicks, solving your toughest TA problems. Extreme Truck and Auto Repair, your local specialist in complete auto repair. And Cape Ann Media Productions. Let Camp handle all of your business and industrial media needs. If you, your business, or organization would like to sponsor the continuing airing of local Cape Ann High School sports on Cape Ann Live, please give us a call at 978-879-3226. That's 978-879-3226. We'd love to have you as part of our team. Thank you very much. Okay, good evening once again. We're at Newell Stadium. Gloucester versus Winthrop here tonight. Both teams are out at midfield for the coin toss. The Fishermen are in desperate need of a victory here tonight, just to keep their playoff hopes alive. They're 1-3 going into this game. Tough loss last week against Salem. Fishermen made a nice comeback in the fourth quarter of that game last week, but fell short. Winthrop, on the other hand, they're coming off a huge upset last week. They beat Danvers, and that brought them to 2-2 on the year. So they're riding high right now with that win last week. Winthrop. They beat Danvers. As far as Danvers is concerned, they're playing Beverly tonight. Beverly 0-4 going into that game. Also tonight, the Manchester Hornets they're playing tonight. They're undefeated. They're number 1 in Division 8. Gloucester will receive the opening kickoff. And we should be having our national anthem shortly. But, yeah, big game for Gloucester tonight. They need a win. And beautiful October evening here at Newell Stadium tonight. Game time temperature, 69 degrees. Can't get any better than that. My national anthem. And that was our national anthem, conducted by the Gloucester High School Band. And we're almost ready for some football here tonight. And like I said, Winthrop coming off that big win against Danvers last week. They're at 2-2. Gloucester at 1-3. Gloucester needs a win tonight to keep their playoff hopes alive. I want to thank all you people who are tuning in. KPN Live coverage of Gloucester High School sports continues. Back deep for Gloucester. Looks like the coast. All right, we're almost ready for some football. And they kick it off. It's caught by Winsfeld. Good field position, but he gets surrounded by Winthrop players immediately. Takes it over the 25 to the 27-yard line for the Fishermen. Well, they'll go on offense for the first time tonight. 1st and 10 at their own 27. So here comes Carey in the offense. They played really well in the fourth quarter last week's game. Let's hope they can carry that into tonight's game. It's a shotgun formation. They spread the field. Carey hands it off. And not much room there. No gain. They give him a gain of 1. Second down 9 for Gloucester. First opening possession of the game. Motion goes Cucciardi. They hand it off to him, trying to get to the outside. He can't do it. Lost a yard, back to 3rd and 10 again. And this Winthrop team looks pretty quick right now. Third and 10 facing Gloucester. Let's see if the Fishermen go to the air on this play. 3rd and 10. Carey fades back. He's looking, throws it out there. It's completed. Nice pass. Cucciardi. Gloucester first down up at their own 39. Good pitch and catch. Carey to Cucciardi. Number 27, John Cucciardi with the catch. So 1st and 10 Fishermen. Big 3rd down play for Gloucester. Shotgun. Oh, well, I don't know. They think they're going to call Gloucester on that one. It's on the Fishermen. So it's going to be 1st and 15. So the ball gets placed back to the 34. 1st down 15 for Gloucester. First possession of the game. I want to thank all you folks tuning in tonight. Fishermen need to come up with a big win tonight. DeCoste trying to get outside. He does a little bit. All right, gets about, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards maybe on that play. Brings up a 2nd down. But 2nd and 8 for Gloucester. Nice run by DeCoste. Second down 8 at their own 41. And that didn't fool nobody. That was DeCoste again. Fisherman tried that crossbuck trap, but didn't fool anybody. Brings up a 3rd and 9. Make it 3rd and 10. Lost a 2 on the play. Third down 10. Another big 3rd down play for Gloucester in their own territory. Carey, he's going to have to roll away. Throws it out there. And is it caught? No. It was intended for DeCoste. He almost got it, but he couldn't complete the pass. It brings up a 4th down and 10 Gloucester, and they're going to have to punt on their first possession. A beautiful October evening at Newell Stadium here tonight. Eight minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Saravino back to punt. And somebody moved. False start on Gloucester. That doesn't really matter because they're still going to have to punt. It just makes it 4th down and 15 instead of 4th and 10. So Saravino, number 82, back in punt formation. He'll be punting the ball from around his own 20. And Saravino loses it. He's going to run with it. And he gets nowhere. And Winthrop's going to have great field position to start the night at the Gloucester 35-yard line. So 1st and 10 Winthrop at the Gloucester 36 on the bad snap. Saravino, he picked it up. He ran a few yards, but he wasn't going to go all the way for a 1st down. So Winthrop has great field position to start their evening. First and 10 Winthrop. Pass, and Noonan throws it out there. It's going to man. It's caught. Touchdown Winthrop on the first play. Wide open. What number was that? 12? Number 20 with the TD for Winthrop. Nicholas Capuccio, that's it. Nicholas Capuccio, sophomore receiver. He was wide open. Noonan, the quarterback. Number 6, Matthew Noonan. Snap ball down, kick is up. It's blocked by Gloucester. They can pick it up, and they can run with it. What was the situation? That's a live ball. That's a live ball. You can pick that up and run with it. It's a block. And if he does, it's 2 points going the other way, but what's the referee calling?
The extra period attempt was blocked. 7:46 left to go in the
All right.
fourth quarter.
It was a dead ball, so.
Winthrop Vikings 6, Gloucester 0.
Okay, maybe in high school football, a blocked field goal might be a dead ball. Okay, all right. I just getting word now. It is a dead ball.
The winning number will be drawn at the end of the third quarter. And we'll get the concessions down, plenty of snacks and refreshments.
Okay, but I'm getting word if you kick a field goal and if you block it, you can run with it. But on extra points, it's a dead ball after it's blocked. Okay, we got the rules set, changed there, all set there. It's 6-0 Winthrop. And the Fishermen will go right back on offense. Winthrop only took one play. High kick. Received by Gloucester, 25, 30. Up to the 31-yard line. That was Cameron Winfelt again, number 11, on the kickoff return. Six nothing Winthrop. Very early in the game. All right, Carey in the shotgun. It's got twins left. And what are we going to do? We got another false start on Gloucester. No, this time it's going against the defense. Yep, okay, 1st and 5 for Gloucester now. So it's 1st and 5, Gloucester, after the penalty. Ball is on their own 36. 7:42 left, first quarter. Handoff. Gain of about 3. That was DeSisto. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 2 for Gloucester. All right, we got twins right and left. Now we got motion. Swing pass over to DeCoste. He's got some room. He's going to take it down the sidelines. Caleb DeCoste, and he's caught from behind at the 20. Big gain for the Fishermen. Now they're inside the red zone. That was a nice executed play for Gloucester. A nice little swing pass. You had DeCoste in motion, then you swung it out to him. So it's 1st down Gloucester at the Winthrop 20. So the Fishermen threatening. Carey does the same play to DeCoste to the other side. He gets a few yards. Maybe 5 or 6 yards on that play. 6 yards, so it's going to be up 2nd and 4. Six minutes, 8 seconds left, first quarter. Time, the clock is running. Second down 4 for the Fishermen. Carey throws it, caught. Nah, or is it? It was caught, yeah. Gucciardi, number 27, the receiver. Gain of 5. Brings up a 3rd and 1. The ball is on the 11-yard line. Third down, one for the Fish. Handoff. Oh no, nowhere. That was DeSisto, but the Winthrop defense penetrated the offensive line. Loss of yardage. Now it's going to bring up a 4th and 4. With 5 minutes left, 4th and 4. They got to go for it, of course. So they call it a 4th and 3. So this is a huge play for Gloucester. Okay, timeout on the field by Winthrop. They lead at 6-0. Gloucester's facing a 4th down play. They had a 3rd and 1. They lost 4 yards on the last play.
The team is currently 9-4. There's qualified for the MIAA state tournament coming up in a couple of weeks.
I want to thank all you folks tuning in tonight. KPN Live coverage of Gloucester High School football. Fishermen trail it 6-0. They're facing a 4th and 3 at the Winthrop 14-yard line. All right, here we go. 4th down, Gloucester. Carey. And he's going to get sacked. And Winthrop's going to take over on downs. So the Fishermen had a nice drive, but it falls short on a 3rd and 1, and on a 4th down play, they got sacked. So Winthrop will go back on offense. And the ball is on the 21-yard line of Winthrop. Here comes Noonan, the quarterback. Number 6, Matthew Noonan. He's up over center. Handoff. Good defense by Gloucester there. Gain of maybe 1 yard. Capuccio, number 27, carries there. They give him a yard. 2nd and 9. Under 4 minutes, first quarter. 6-0 Winthrop. 2nd down and 9 at their own 21. Noonan up over center. Motion. Handoff. They're trying to sweep it. And does he get to the outside? He does. I don't think he got enough for the first down, though. Might have been like a 6-yard gain. No, not even that. 5-yard gain. Makes it 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 for Winthrop. So big defensive play here for Gloucester. Noonan. He's up over center. Now they shift. And we have a timeout, Gloucester.
Tomorrow down here at Stadium, the THS Girls
So I got a minute here. Other teams in Gloucester Fall Sports are doing very well. The golf team doing very well once again. The field hockey team doing very well. And the soccer team is doing well. So some of the fall teams are doing very, very well. So Winthrop facing a 3rd and 5 on offense. All right, here we go. Big defensive play for the Fish. They trail at 6-0. Winthrop scored on their first possession on one play. They're going to hand it off. And the Fishermen, did they hold him? Oh, they're close. I think he got the first down. It's very close, yep. They're going to give it to him.
First down, Vikings. Vikings 31-yard line.
Just barely got the first down. I would have called for a measurement. All right, 1st and 10 Winthrop at their own 31. Is the handoff. Oh, good defense there by Gloucester. That was a gain of nothing on that play. Kukapakis on the ball carrier. You think? 2nd down 10. That last play got no gain. Dimitri Kukafaskis was the ball carrier. Number 25. 2nd down 10. They're going to go to the air here. Nope, they're going to run the sweep again. Come up. No, he's going to get yards. He gets the first down. Saravino on the tackle, number 82. But Winthrop picked up the first down. First and 10 Winthrop at their own 44. They lead at 6-0. The clock is running. We're under 2 minutes in the first quarter. Jim Capillo on the camera tonight. I'm Phil Nick Castro. KPN Live coverage of Gloucester High football. Quick handoff up the middle. Gain of about 6. Second down 5.
Second down and 4.
Second ball's right at the 50-yard line. 2nd down 4. There's that handoff again. The sweep to the outside. Winthrop loves to run those sweeps. 3rd down. And let's see. Only gained 2 yards on that play. It's going to be 3rd and 3 for Winthrop on this play. And the Fisherman defense needs to come up big, but I don't think we're going to get another playoff here. We'll see what the Winthrop does. It looks like we will. 10 seconds left. Oh, no. End of the first quarter. Winthrop did not get the snap in time. Okay, so we'll switch ends of the field with the score. The Winthrop Vikings 6. The Gloucester Fishermen nothing. And Winthrop will be facing the 3rd and 3 to start the second quarter. And the Fishermen need to come up with a big defensive play.
As they run in the Bay State Invitational in Devon, Massachusetts tomorrow morning. The team was NEC dual meet schedule on Wednesday at 7.
So a Matthew Noonan, Capuccio, touchdown pass, Noonan to Capuccio. It was Winthrop's first play from scrimmage for the touchdown. They only scored the first quarter. The Fishermen came back with a nice drive on the ensuing drive, but it fell short on downs inside the red zone. Okay, here we go. 3rd and 3. Now watch Winthrop with that sweep again. You got to figure they're going to do that sweep again. They're not in that formation, though. Right up the middle. Not this time. All right. Okay. Now it brings up a 4th down. Okay, that was good defense there. Loss of 1. Cucciati was there. Winthrop, let's see. Oh, it looks like they're going to punt. Yep, they're going to punt. All right, so Winthrop will punt the ball. Watch out for a fake. They're at the part of the field where that could happen. They're right at midfield. High snap. They come down with it. Nice kick. On a high snap, you got a nice kickoff. It's fielded by DeSisto. And he takes it up to about the 25. So it'll be 1st and 10 Gloucester at their own 25 as they'll go have their first possession of the second quarter. So here comes the Gloucester offense. Here comes Carey. And we get a whistle. "11 minutes left, second quarter." Okay, here we go. Referee blew the whistle. We're ready to play. Carey in the shotgun again. The coast in motion. Carey throws it out to the coast. He wasn't even looking. The coast didn't quite turn around in time on that one. So it's 2nd and 10 Gloucester at their own 25. All right, 2nd down, 10 Gloucester in the shotgun again. There goes DeSisto this time in motion. He throws it out to DeSisto, and that goes nowhere. And in fact, they lose yardage. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Loss of 2 in the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 12 for the Fish.
Lost a 3 on the play. We're going to bring up 3rd and 13.
All right, 3rd down 12 for the Fish. Look to carry the air one out. Carey throws it out there. And it's, it should have been intercepted by Winthrop, but they couldn't hang on to it. Carey was under duress when he threw it up. And it was incomplete, fortunately. But Gloucester now has to punt. So Saravino will come out. Nice, so Saravino back in punt formation. Low snap again. Kicks it. Gets a good bounce. And Winthrop's just going to let it go. And it's going to die at the 42-yard line of Winthrop, where they will go on offense with a 6-0 lead and 9 minutes, 49 seconds left, second quarter. So if there's been one consistent theme for this Gloucester team this year, has been their defense. Their defense has played reasonably well. Their offense just can't seem to get on track. So it's 1st and 10 Winthrop at their own 42. So here comes Winthrop. And get a flag on the play. I think that one's going to go against the Vikings, yep.
No flag. Timeout, Vikings.
Oh, was it a timeout? Okay. So timeout Winthrop. Yeah, I'm live. Hey, remember him very well. So Winthrop calls a timeout on a 1st and 10. That's their second timeout. So 1st and 10 Winthrop at their own 42. There's that sweep again, but not this time. Number 33, the ball carrier. And he's not on the roster. Who's 33? All right, number 33 and 24 are not on our rosters for Winthrop. 2nd down 10. That was a good, strong defensive play by Gloucester. There's that sweep again. Oh, they're going to get the 1st down. They got the blocking they needed on the edge. That was number 25.
flag in the play.
We get a flag. And let's see what we got. They got the first down on the play. There is a flag. It looks like it's coming back. Fisherman might catch a break on this one. Yeah, Holden Winthrop. Okay. I thought the blocking was a little too good on that play. So the referee is marking the ball off now. And the ball's being placed at the Winthrop 40. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 12 after the holding penalty. So the Fisherman defense really needs to get stout here. Passing. Throws it out there. Good tackle. Ah, he was down. Come on. Oh, cut it out. He's going to run all the way for a TD. He wasn't down back there. Looks like Gucciardi made a nice tackle. Touchdown Winthrop. I thought he was down. He looked down, and apparently he wasn't. Number 27 for Gloucester, Gucciardi, looked like he made a nice tackle, unless his knee didn't hit. And that was number 24 for Winthrop, who doesn't show up on the roster. 12-0 Winthrop. Coach O'Connor trying to get in touch with the referee. They won't even talk to him. I guess he wasn't down. All right, they're going to go for 2, Winthrop. They swing it out, and they're going to get in. All right. The teams will head back upfield with the score Winthrop 14-0, 8:33. There's a flag on that play. Okay, hold on. So, looks like it's a penalty on Winthrop. They think. All right, so it's 14-0. Winthrop. Okay, all right. I'm getting some information now about the 2 missing players. Number 24. Okay, he's on the roster, though. He just got a different number. Okay, Welvis Acosta was the person with the touchdown. He's number 24. Okay. Okay, George Galoris is number 33. Okay, thank you for that, sir. All right. So the penalty was on Gloucester. So Winthrop will be kicking off at the Gloucester 45-yard line. So it must have been a personal foul on the Fisherman. So it looks like Gloucester will start in poor field position once again. And it goes into the end zone. Gloucester will take it out at the 25-yard line.
Gloucester start first and 10 in their own 20.
So first and 10 Fishermen
8:32 left to go in the second quarter.
at their own 20-yard line.
First half.
8 minutes, 33 seconds left. Fishermen trail at 14-0. They need to get some offense going.
Gloucester Fishermen Youth Football and Cheer players.
Tough to tell. The ref never made a signal. It's right there. I thought he was counting, but it's on the other sideline.
All right. Carey. Handoff. That's DeSisto up the middle. Big run. Frank DeSisto. Almost a 20-yard run there. The 21 yards they're giving him. First down, Gloucester on their own 40. Nice run, Frank DeSisto. Fishermen need more of that. There it is again. DeSisto again, same play. Not as many yards, but it was a gain of about 6. Second and 4. Second and 4 for Gloucester. Motion goes to coast. Carey has it, flag down. And it's a good thing, because that play was going nowhere. It's motion on Gloucester. So the ball will be moved back 5 yards. And we got a little bit of rain falling. Swing it out to DeSisto. There's nowhere to run, though. And it has started to rain. We did not expect that here tonight. Light rain is starting to fall. And the fans are scurrying. Did not expect any rain tonight. Didn't say it was going to rain. Must have been one little cloud hanging over. And what do we got now? Again, another flag. And this time I think it's going to go against Winthrop. I think. We'll see what the refs decide. No, it's going to be on Gloucester again. $14-0 Winthrop. 6:38 remaining in the first half. Gloucester trying to move the football, but they can't get anything going consistently. All right, here we go. Third down, 14 for Gloucester. Handoff. It brings up a fourth down for Gloucester, and they're going to have to punt. Fourth and 9, and I think the Fishermen are going to go for it. And that little brief rain that was coming down has stopped. All right, here we go. 4th down and 9 for the Fishermen. They're going to come up with a big play here. Carey fades back. Got time this time. And he. Is it complete? Yeah, complete. First down. I think he's got it. He's at the 49-yard line of Winthrop. He's on the other side of the field. Did he get the first down, though? Boy, is he close. The Winthrop players don't seem to think he got it. But Carey had all kinds of time to throw that ball. And you see what he can do when you give him the time. They're not going to give him. They're not going to give him the first down. I'd ask for a measurement. Ask for a measurement, coach. No, shy of the first down. 1st and 10 Winthrop. It looked like he was right on the marker, but okay, 1st and 10 Winthrop. Handoff, sweep. Okay, that was number 33, George Galoris. Gain, not much of a gain on that play. That last play by Gloucester sure looked like worthy of a measurement anyways. So a little brief shower comes through. Looks like it's going away now. Second down, 9 for Winthrop. There's that reverse play. There's that sweep again. And this time there's a flag. And this time we're going to have holding on Winthrop. There should be a hold on Winthrop. There's a flag down. Should be a hold on the Vikings. Yep, okay. Penalty on Winthrop. They're going to decline it, Gloucester. It's going to make it 3rd down. Coach O'Connor is declining the penalty. No, he changed his mind. He's going to take it now. Okay. Yeah, okay. So the ball is being spotted on the Winthrop 36. So 3rd down for Winthrop. The second down, yeah. Second down. 2nd down, 24. There's that reverse. They're going to reverse it this time. Nice tackle. Michael Toppin, what a great play. Number 63, Michael Toppin, Jr. Now it's 3rd down and 30 for Winthrop. The ball is on the 30-yard line, 3rd down and 30. All right, here we go. Winthrop's in the shotgun. Anticipate a long pass here. 3rd and 30. No, they put pressure on him, and they got him, yes. It's not going to be a sack. He did get a yard on the play, but it brings up a 4th down. Christian Howell, number 61. It's not a sack, though. He did gain a yard. And now we got a flag on the play. A very late flag.
Not on the play, I'm sorry, after the play.
And let's see what the refs are doing here. That flag came awful late. No flag. Okay, pick it up. Okay. I was wondering who did what. The flag was real late. Okay, so they pick up the flag. So now Winthrop is in a 4th down in about 29 yards. And they're going to have to punt here. And the Fishermen are going to get the ball back and try to score, which is probably going to be their last possession of this half. Well, you never know. 3:37 left. All right, Frank DeSisto will go back deep and punt for to receive the punt. Number 2. So Winthrop punting. High snap again, but he gets it. Good kick. DeSisto waits for a fair catch, and that was a smart move. 3 Winthrop players are waiting to cremate him. So the Fishermen will come out on offense. 3.5 minutes left, first half. The ball is being located at the 32-yard line.
Again, kind of at halftime with the introductions of the Gloucester youth football players and cheerleaders.
First and 10 Gloucester at their own 32. Carey in the shotgun. He's had a good night throwing the ball, if you give him the time. Crossbuck trap again, up the middle. DeSisto again. Nice gain. And DeSisto comes off limping. DeSisto, he looks kind of hurt. All right. Second down, 4 for Gloucester. DeCoste this time. Got a couple yards. But now it's going to bring up a 3rd down for Gloucester. 2.5 minutes left. The Fishermen need to start showing some urgency. They need to score before the half is out. Clock is running. 2:20. 3rd down and short for Gloucester. Great defensive play by Winthrop again. They're going to have to go for it. Gloucester on a 4th down. It's going to bring up a 4th and 4. And if they don't get a first down here, Winthrop will have good field position. Try to score again before the half is out. But they are going to go for it. All right, here we go. 4th down and 4 for the Fish. Carey rolls out, throws it out. Incomplete. Pass was intended for number 8, Caros. Nick Caros, senior. So Winthrop will take over on downs again. 14-0 lead. We're under a minute now in the first half. And you know Winthrop's going to try to put points up on the board here. No, okay. 1:18 left first half.
Clock adjustment to 1:18 left to go in the first half. We got a whistle on the play.
Good offsides defense. Gloucester was lined up offsides.
Official time is kept on the field with the referees on the field.
So it's 1st and 5 for the Vikings. Looks like that brief rain shower we had is come and gone. All right, 1st and 5 for Winthrop. 1:18 left first half. And this time the Fishermen squash it. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Michael Toppin, number 63. We have a timeout. Which timeout was that, Nick? Winthrop. All right, that was Winthrop's last timeout. So they're facing a second and let's see. It looks like a 2nd and 14 or a 2nd and 13. Okay, it's 2nd and 10. All right. The yard marker was way past the line of scrimmage. I don't know why. Okay, 2nd down 10. Passing. Throws it out there. He's got him. Inside the 10. George Galoris, number 33. They're inside the 10, so it's 1st and goal. Winthrop. Now we're under a minute. The clock is ticking. 1st and goal at the 9. Quarterback takes it in. Oh, gets inside the 5. But he doesn't get in the end zone. Yeah, we have an injured player, an injured Fisherman. And that stops the clock. Winthrop had no more timeouts. Yeah, we're not sure which player that is for Gloucester. Winthrop leads at 14-0. That second touchdown, I'm not so sure. That runner looked down and was on the other side of the field. But the referee had a better spot than we had, so we got to go by what he said. He said the runner was not down, although he did look it. And the Gloucester player is getting up. Is that Carey? Yeah, looks like Carey. So it's the quarterback, Nick Carey, number 14, checking in for Gloucester. Nico Thomas will go in at safety. Yeah. Clock is running. Winthrop runs up to the line of scrimmage. They got no more timeouts left. They're going to force it in. Did he get in? No. He didn't get in. They got no timeouts left. Unless there's a flag. 3, 2, 1. No. That's the end of the half. They didn't get in. All right, so the Fishermen may have caught a break there with a goal line stand at the end of the first half. All right. Winthrop Vikings 14, Gloucester Fishermen nothing. We'll be back with second half action in a few moments.
The research here at St. Jude is very important. It gave my daughter a second chance at life.
Because we have donors that believe in what we're doing, we can really move our research forward much faster.
St. Jude is working to drive the overall survival rate for childhood cancer to 90% in the next decade. And we won't stop until no child dies from cancer.
Because of you. Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Do you know what to do if you're stuck on the railroad crossing? Get out of your vehicle. If a train is not approaching, find the blue and white emergency notification system sign on the traffic signs at the crossing. For help, call the number on the sign and give them the crossing number so they know your location and can alert train traffic. Remember, find the blue and white to save your life.
Everybody, welcome back. 14-0 Winthrop. We'll have to wait and see what the situation is with Carey, the quarterback. He did not look healthy leaving the field at halftime. I hate to say it. So we'll see what happens with the backup quarterback comes in for Gloucester. I think that's going to be Jackson Allen. We'll have to wait and see. Cameron Winfeld, number 11, teeing it up. So 14-0 Winthrop. The Fishermen starting quarterback is not on the sidelines. Okay, here we go. Second half action. Winfeld, low lining kick. It's a short kick. So Winthrop will go on offense at their own 35. 1st and 10 to start the third quarter. Jim Capillo on the camera tonight. I'm Phil Nicastro. KPN Live coverage of Gloucester High football.
We'll start off 1st and
Fishermen are 1-3. They need to come up with a big win to keep their playoff hopes alive. A loss tonight really diminishes them. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, Winthrop. Pitch out. Going to get to the outside, and they do this time. The Fishermen string it out. No gain on that play. Good defense by the Fishermen. I don't see a backup quarterback warming up. There's number 25 right there on the sideline. I don't know if he's getting ready to come in or not. 2nd and 9. They give him a yard in that last run. The pass on this time. Throws it out there. And it's wide open. Caught. Number 11 for Winthrop. Mark Johnson. 1st down, Winthrop. Yeah, at the 33. 1st and 10 at the 32. First and 10, Winthrop at the Gloucester 32. Fake. Oh, there's going to be a hold there, no? And I believe that's incomplete, yeah. Incomplete pass. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. Anthony Russo goes running into the game. Number 68. 2nd down, 10 for Winthrop. There's that reverse again. But this time the Fishermen are on it. That's a loss of yardage. Gucciardi there, number 27. Number 87 was there. Goulat. Chase Goulat, Jr. 3-yard loss brings up a 3rd down. 3rd and 13, and the Fishermen are going to be very aware of a pass play right here. Third and 13. Big defensive play for the Fishermen. Passing. Throws it out there. And is it picked off or is it caught? It's caught. First and goal for Winthrop. The coverage was there, but it was caught. So it's 1st down. Looks like they're at the 12 or the 13. So it's 1st and 10 at the 13. Run up the middle for Winthrop. Picked up about 4 or 5 on the play. Four-yard gain. 3-yard gain. 2nd down, 6. Winthrop can get another 1st down at the 4. Second down, 6 for Winthrop. Handoff. They cut it up. We got a flag down. I think we're going to have a hold on Winthrop. Yep. It's going to be against Winthrop. There they go. Now they're marking it off now. 10-yard penalty. So it's going to be a second down and 22. Yeah, second down, 22 for Winthrop. Second down for the Vikings. Passing. They throw it out there again. And did he catch that? Did he catch that? He did. It's a touchdown. Oh. Touchdown Winthrop on what was a great catch. The ball bounced in the air a few times and he came down with it. And it makes it a 20-0 game, Winthrop. And they're going to go for the extra point. Snap ball down. Kick is up, and it is good. All right, the teams will head back upfield with the score 21-0 Winthrop. And now we'll see who's going to take over at quarterback for the Fishermen. Was that Gloucester on the touchdown? That catch was made by Gloucester. George Gloucester, number 33. Now the question becomes, who's taking over at quarterback for the Fishermen?
This Friday night, there's no football game. Support the Fishermen Boosters for a night of bingo.
So Winthrop will kick off to Gloucester.
Men only, 21 and over. Come on, support the Boosters Friday night.
Okay, number 6 for Gloucester is back deep, Brady Sullivan. So it's 21-0 Winthrop, 7:32 remaining in the third quarter. High kick, but short. It's taken by Gloucester. Nice return there. They brought it up over the 45. And let's see who's going to quarterback the Fishermen. And I think it's going to be number 11, Cameron Winfeld. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like Winfeld. Okay, number 11, Cameron Winfeld is in there at quarterback for the Fishermen. And as soon as I say it, here comes Carey. No, that's DeSisto. Okay, I'm sorry. That was Frank DeSisto came running back. No gain. That was the coast on the ball carrier.
The coast, sorry. The second and 11 for the Fishermen.
Second down 11. There was a loss of 1 on that play by the Fishermen. So Cameron Winfeld, number 11, the quarterback. He goes to the shotgun this time. Winfeld gets sacked.
Winfeld taking down the backfield. There's a loss of 6 on that play.
6-yard loss.
To the 39-yard line.
Ball's back on the 39-yard line of Gloucester.
Third and 17.
Third down.
For the Fishermen.
Third down, 17 for Gloucester. Shotgun, Winfeld. Fades back. Is it a screen? They set the screen up. It might work. They got some room. Flag down. But we got a flag. It's probably going to be on Gloucester. So Gloucester, I think was that an illegal man downfield? Yep. Illegal man downfield for Gloucester on the screenplay. When you run those screenplays, your linemen have to stay within 1 yard of the line of scrimmage. Brings up a third down. No, second, I believe. Well, the referees are talking about this now. It didn't look like he was that far behind the line, over the line. The refs are still talking about that last play. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. (21-0) Winthrop. Yep. All right. Illegal man downfield. They're going to stay with it. Fishermen have had some tough calls go against them tonight. All right, here we go. Third down and 22 for Gloucester. And Winthrop playing way back. I think they're blitzing. Are they expecting the screen again? Winfeld gets out of there. He keeps on running, but he gets taken down. Gained about 5 yards. And we got an injured Winthrop player. Fourth down. Now Fishermen will punt with 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Once again, the Gloucester starting quarterback, Nick Carey, did not come out of the locker room for the second half.
Next week as they wrap up their final week of the regular season, and 3 of them being at Bass Rocks. The team is currently 9-4. It has qualified for the NIA state tournament coming up in a couple of weeks.
So Saravino, number 82, back in punt formation. Saravino gets it. And he booms it away. Not a bad kick. And he gets a nice bounce. Took a nice Gloucester bounce down to about the 22-yard line with Winthrop will go on offense.
Out of bounds. Vikings will start off first and 10 on their own 22. 5:15 left to go in the third. The best of luck for the boys soccer team tomorrow as they host the Rockport Vikings Saturday 6 p.m. and then travel to Saugus on Monday for a 6 p.m. matchup. The team currently sits at 8-3 in the season. And the MIA power ranking of 13 out of 63 in Division
1st and 10 Winthrop. Their own 22. There's that sweep again, and they get some yards. Get about 4 yards, 5 yards out of that.
28-yard line. To the 2nd and 3. Second and 4.
Going to bring down a 2nd and 4. It was a gain of 6.
28-yard line.
That last play. This is KPN Live. Your station for Gloucester High School Athletics. Handoff. They run the sweep again. First down.
Winthrop with the sweep to the other side, number 25. The Sioux Crackers, the ball carrier.
Castillo Flacus was the
Flag on the play.
ball carrier on that play, but there is a flag. And I think it's going to go against Winthrop. Holding, face man. No, Gloucester. Uh-oh. Personal foul. Face mask Winthrop. Excuse me, Gloucester.
Face mask against the fisherman. The personal foul face mask.
It's a personal foul.
That'll be a 15-yard mark.
15-yard mark-off. Automatic first down for Winthrop. And it's a 1st and 10
First down.
at their own 49.
1st and 10 on their own 49.
Clock running, just under 4 minutes to go.
Third quarter.
Passing. He goes deep. He's got him wide open. Oh, he dropped it.
Pass incomplete to number 25.
Custo Flacus. I think he was thinking about scoring a touchdown before he caught it. He was wide open when he dropped it. Fisherman got a break there. Was it the only thing? Okay, all right. 2nd down 10. Short gain for Winthrop on that play.
Gain of 1 on the play. Gonna bring a 3rd and 9.
3rd down and 9 after a 1-yard gain.
50-yard line.
Next week, I believe they're playing Thursday night, the Fishermen. Nick, is that true? Thursday night next week, yes. Fishermen will be on the road at Saugus Thursday night. That's a 6:30 start, right. 6:30 start next Thursday night at Saugus. And down they get him.
Winthrop taken down the backfield by number 68.
Anthony Russo with a nice defensive play.
A loss of about
And that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Vikings. They're going to have to punt.
It's going to bring a 4th and 15.
4th and 15.
The Vikings 44-yard line. 2:30 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
So Winthrop in punt formation. And they jump off sides.
We got a flag on Winthrop. The offside, Winthrop.
So move the ball back 5 more yards.
Push it back to the 39-yard line.
Back deep for Gloucester is Sullivan.
4th and 20.
So Winthrop in punt formation, a high snap. It bounces just around the 43-yard line of Gloucester where they'll go on offense.
Punt touchdown about the 43-yard line. The official will start off 1st and 10 on their own 43. There's 1 minute 50 seconds left to go in the 3rd. I'm sure our tickets ready. I haven't got the number yet. But
1 minute, 50 seconds remaining. 3rd quarter. Fishermen are back on offense. It's still Cameron Winfeld, their quarterback. He's in the shotgun. Gucciardi. Nowhere. Loss of yardage. Fishermen just can't seem.
you have the number. 50-50, $440. It's a red ticket. In between next play, I will announce the winning ticket number. Get the tickets ready.
Well, I didn't win. No, street win. Second and 12, 2-yard loss on that last play for the Fishermen. Winfeld throws it out there.
Lost the pass intended for number 82. Severino.
It was intended for number 82, Seravino on that bubble screen.
Ticket is a red ticket. So we got blue tickets, don't worry. Red ticket number 687512. 687512. You can make your way, if you have that ticket, you can make your way over to see Andrew at the concession. So we'll be waiting to give you some cash.
3rd and 12 for Gloucester. We're under a minute in the 3rd quarter now. Incomplete. Pass was intended for Goulart. I didn't bring it. So it's going to bring up another 4th down and long for Gloucester. And I'm afraid they're going to have to punt. So like I said a few minutes ago, Gloucester will be on the road next week, but it's a Thursday night. Penalty flag now. It's on Gloucester. Thursday night, 6:30 start in Saugus. I think Winthrop declined that penalty. It makes it a 4th down.
You have the winning ticket, it's a red ticket. Now I want to see you here talking at the concession stand. You see you will have a couple cash. Or you can bring to the big one next week. Gotta support the G's that boost.
Mr. Gloss is going to go for it on 4th and 12. They got nothing to lose. The pass was incomplete. He had Seravino, but he dropped it. He picked it up on the bounce, but he can't do that in football.
The Vikings will take over on the Gloucester
So Winthrop will go back on offense with a 21-0 lead, 46 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Handoff up the middle. Last week, the Fishermen found themselves in the same position going into the fourth quarter. They were down 20-0 to Salem. Then they made a comeback, made the game close, but Salem got a late score. Let's see if they can do that this time. But this time it's going to be more difficult because they don't have their starting quarterback, Nicholas Carey. And that's the end of the third quarter. So we'll switch sides of the field, and we'll go into the fourth quarter. Winthrop 21, Gloucester nothing. I want to thank all you good folks out there tuning in to KPN Live coverage of Gloucester High football. So the Fishermen's defense is out there, 2nd and 6. They're just waiting for the Winthrop offense to come out to start the fourth quarter. Second down. Quick handoff. And they turns the corner. Did he get the first down? Yeah. I think he stepped out of bounds, but he got the first down. That was Welvis Acosta, number 24, the ball carrier. First and 10, Winthrop. Ball is at the Gloucester 30. Fades back, throws it out there. He's got a man, overthrew him. Incomplete pass, stops the clock. Second and 10 for the Vikings at the Gloucester 30. $21-0 Winthrop. Handoff. They try to sweep again. He's got plenty of room. First down. Inside the 10. Inside the 5. Welvis Acosta again, the ball carrier.
5-yard line. Look for a Winthrop first down and first and goal.
First and goal for the Vikings. Ball's at the 5-yard line. Hand off up the middle. Fisherman step it. We got a flag. And who's this going to be on? Let's see what they call here. Holding on Winthrop against Vikings. Okay, they move the ball back 10 yards. Spot foul. So from the spot of the foul. Okay. All right, so, okay, 10-yard penalty. All right, ball's back at the 15-yard line. So first down 15 for Winthrop. First down and goal. There's that sweep again. They cut it up. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. 27-0. Winthrop leads it. A 15-yard touchdown run. So Winthrop will kick the extra point. Snap ball down, kick is up. And it's good. All right, so the teams will head back upfield with the score, the Winthrop Vikings 28, the Gloucester Fishermen nothing. 10 minutes, 54 seconds remaining in the game. Once again, the Fishermen will be on the road next Thursday night at 6:30 to be at Saugus. That new field in Saugus, it's right off of Route 1. You can't miss it.
Again, best of luck to the boys and girls GHS cross-country team as they run in the Bay State Invitational at Devon's, Massachusetts tomorrow morning.
You know, and once again, you people who tune in tonight to KPN Live to watch Gloucester High football, I want to thank all of you.
Reminded the next Fisherman football game will be next Thursday night, October 13th in Saugus at 6:30 p.m.
So the Fishermen will get the ball back and try to put some points up on the board. Ball's received. I think that's Goulat. No, that's Cucciati. John Cucciati, number 27. It's still Cameron Winthrop at quarterback. Crossbuck trap. Short gain. That was number 14. Nico Thomas, the ball carrier. Probably see some JVs on this series of downs for the Fishermen. Nico Thomas, number 14. He's a sophomore. Handoff, DeCoste. Try to cut it up, he can't. Probably gets right back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, so it's going to be 3rd and 7 still. So 3rd and 7 for Gloucester. Oh, there was a flag on that play. Winthrop jumped off sides. No. Nico Thomas, the ball carrier, gets nowhere. He loses a couple yards. Thought Winthrop might have jumped off sides on that play, but I guess they didn't. Goulart comes running into the game, number 87. Chase Goulart, a junior. Nico Thomas comes out. Clock continues to run. 8.5 minutes left. Winfeld throws it, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Chase Goulart. And I believe that was a 4th down play. Yep. So the Vikings will take over on downs. I almost call them the Minnesota Vikings. They're playing like they are. Winthrop calls a timeout on the field, and they're probably going to want to put some second stringers into the game as well. Up 28-0. 8:23 left in the game.
Friday night off. Come on down, join me down at the Gloucester Fraternity Club for the GHS Football Boosters Bingo night. Cost is $15 per seat. Dinners included. Plenty of raffles. And I will not be announcing the numbers. It is a 21 and over event, adults only. So come on out, let's have some fun, let's play some bingo.
So let's see what Winthrop does here. I think we're going to see a second string offense. Looks like that's what their coach is doing. Well, Nick, you know what? I think it's time for a pair of binoculars. These screens are awful. I hate these screens. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 Winthrop. And it does look like they got some new players into the game. All right, so 1st and 10, here we go. Clock's running. And what do we have? Timeout Gloucester. So the disappointing thing about tonight, not so much the loss. Let's hope that Nick Carey's okay. Number 4, the starting quarterback. He did not come out for the second half. He got hurt playing defense. But what are you going to do? He's one of your better players. You had to have him out there. So it was a timeout for the Fishermen. 8:20 remaining in the game. 1st and 10, Winthrop.
First and 10 for the Vikings, 8:20 left to go in the game.
Is that reverse again? It goes nowhere. The Fishermen are all over it that time.
Handoff reverse, nowhere to go. Taken down by number 58, Jaden Toppin.
Number 58, Jaden Toppin with a nice defensive play. Lost to 5 yards on that play. Good play by Toppin. Toppin brothers are having a pretty good game tonight. Here comes Nico Thomas, number 14. Goes in for Caros, number 8. And Caros comes out. Nick Caros. So 2nd down, 15 for Winthrop. And I think we're going to have another flag. That's an offsides on Winthrop. So when you bring the young kids into the game, the game starts to slow down a bit. But got to give your younger kids experience when you see the opportunity. So it brings up a 2nd down and 20 for the Vikings. But the clock continues to run. It's 7 minutes left. We're under 7 minutes now. So 2nd down, 20 for the Vikings. And not much of a gain there. And number 31. Michael Donahue, the ball carrier for Winthrop. 3rd and 19 on this next play. They give him a yard, Donahue. Third and 19 for Winthrop. Quick handoff. This time they're not getting outside. And that's Russo with a nice play. He's having a good game tonight. Anthony Russo. So Winthrop will have to punt. So the Vikings are in punt formation. Clock is winding down. Nice kick. Bounces. And it bounces all the way down to the Gloucester 5-yard line. Ball's on the 5-yard line for the Fishermen. They go back on offense with 4:52 left. They trail it 28-0. They're going to try to get a touchdown here. Get a good drive going. So Cameron Winfeld back out there as QB number 11. Starts a drive at the Fishermen own 5. There's a good run. There's a good run. That was DeCoste. Gets out to midfield. Nice run. Caleb DeCoste. 47-yard run by Caleb DeCoste. Fishermen is set up 1st and 10 in Winthrop territory. Beautiful run by Caleb DeCoste. Handoff. No, it's who is it? It's Thomas. Nico Thomas brings the ball down inside the 10 to the 7. So in 2 plays, the Fishermen go the length of the field. So the ball is on the Winthrop 6-yard line. So in 2 plays, the Fishermen went from their own 5 to the Winthrop 6. Winfeld in the shotgun. Hands it off. I think that was DeCoste. He gets it down to the 3-yard line. Second and goal from the 3 for the Fishermen. Clock continues to run with 2:49 remaining in the game. Be nice if the Fishermen can get on the board before the night is out. And it's going to be a touchdown for Gloucester. Caleb DeCoste puts the Fishermen on the board. A 3-yard touchdown run puts the Fishermen on the board. All right, just got an update on the mid. They're going for 2 points. They keep oh, he gets in for the 2. All right. All right, I just got an update on the Manchester game. They're getting beat 27-6. That. Danvers is beating Beverly 37-0. Beverly is winless this year. They're 0. Well, after tonight, they'll be 0-5. Marblehead is pulling away. Marblehead pulling away, Nick? Yeah. Who's Marblehead playing tonight? Masco, yeah. Yeah, Masco and Marblehead tonight. That should have been a good game. I get word that Marblehead is, 28-7, Marblehead's in the lead there. Salem over Saugus 21-6. So next week, Gloucester will play Saugus. They'll be 0-5. Yeah. Gloucester will be 1-4 going into that game. So there's a little bit of updates for you folks. But the Fishermen, unfortunately, are going to drop to 1-4. And he's down on his knee.
Michael Donahue.
Number 31, downs it for Winthrop. Michael Donahue. Yep. 143 remaining in the game, and let's hope that Winthrop just runs the clock out. And once again, the Fishermen's next game will be Thursday night at 6:30 at Saugus. It's a new field. It's right off of Route 1. It's not the old Stackpole field anymore. Yeah, so Winthrop looks like they're going to go into victory formation. Unless Gloucester wants to stop the clock 3 times. Because they do have all their timeouts remaining. Let's see what Gloucester does. No, let the clock run. Okay. Just going to let the clock run. They don't need any more points, that's for sure. Winthrop will go to 3-2 in the year. A big win against Danvers last week. They're going to win here tonight against Gloucester. And the under 30 seconds, that's what Winthrop was waiting for. Once they get under 30, they can snap the ball and they won't have to snap it again. Okay, that's the last play of the game right there. All right, so the teams will line up, shake hands, and the Fishermen got to go back to the old drawing board. So like I said, next Thursday night at Saugus, 6:30 start. So for my colleague Jim Capillo, I'm Phil Nicastro. Until next time for Gloucester High School football, have a great weekend, everybody.